Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nisrina Marsha binti Abdul Wahab and I am from class SI262B, and today I will explain about my eResume website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. This project consists of several HTML files which include index, which is homepage, about me, education, skills, portfolio, experience, achievements and contact me. Each file represents a different section of my personal eResume website. Now I will explain about the index HTML or homepage of my eResume website. First, I created the basic structure of web page using HTML. I used the doctype HTML head and body text to build the website. Inside the head section, I included the page title and the meta text. The charset tag ensures that characters are displayed correctly, while the viewport tag makes the website responsive on different screen size. Next, I use CSS to design the web page. I set the margin and padding to 0 to remove the default spacing, making the layout look cleaner. I also use box sizing border ports to make it easier to control the size of each element. At the top of page, I created a video banner using a div with a class top banner. The video is set to play automatically, loop continuously, and stay muted. I use object fit cover so the video fills the entire banner without being stretched. Below the banner, I created a navigation bar using the nav tag. I use display flags to arrange the logo and navigation links in a single row. The justify content space between property creates space between the logo and the menu, while align items center keeps everything vertically aligned. I also removed the underline from the links using text decoration, none, and changed the text color to white so that the navigation bar looks clean and easy to read. For the page background, I use background image with background size cover so the image fills the entire screen while maintaining its quality. The main content is placed inside the hero section. I again use display flags to position my profile picture and introduction side by side. This makes the layout more balanced and attractive. For my profile picture, I set the width and height, added a maroon border, rounded the corners using border radius, and applied a shadow effect with box shadow to make it stand out. On the right side, I display my name, course, and a short welcome message. I also added a more about me button that links users to the about me page. Below the hero section, I created a video section where visitors can watch my eResume video. I used the HTML video element with the controls attributes so user can play, pause, and adjust the video themselves. Finally, I added a footer at the bottom of page. The footer contains my copyright information, email address, and phone number. I use a CSS to give it a maroon background, white text, and center alignment to match the overall design of the website. Overall, the homepage or the index HTML introduces visitors to my eResume and provides easy navigation to the other section of my website. Next, I will explain the About Me page. Just like the homepage or the index HTML, I first created the basic HTML structure using the HTML head and body text. Inside the head section, I included the CSS to design the layout and appearance of this page. I started by using the universal selector to remove the default margin and padding, making the page layout cleaner and more consistent. Then I created the navigation bar using the nav tag. I used display flags to arrange the logo and navigation links in a single row. The navigation bar allows users to move easily between different pages of the eResume. The main content is placed inside an About section. I use a container with display flags to arrange two cards side by side. The gap property creates space between the cards, while flags wrap ensures the layout remains neat on different screen size. The first card is the profile card. It contains my profile picture and a short introduction about myself. I use text align center to keep the content organized, and I rounded the corners of the image using border radius to give it more attractive appearance. The second card is the information card, which display my personal information such as my name, date of birth, age, religion, race, email, phone number, hometown, education, and field of interest. To make the information easier to read, I arranged it vertically using flex direction column and added spacing between each section using the gap property. I also choose a white font color because it contrasts well with the maroon background color. For the cards, I apply border radius to create smooth corners and box shadow to add a shadow effect, making the design look more modern and professional. Finally, I added a footer at the bottom of page. The footer displays my copyright information, email address, and phone number. I use a dark red background with white text to maintain a consistent color theme throughout the website. Overall, this page introduces my personal background in a clear and organized layout while keeping the design simple and user-friendly. Next is education page. I started with the basic HTML structure and added CSS to design the layout of this page. At the top of page, I reused the same navigation bar as the other pages to provide consistent navigation throughout the website. I use display flags to arrange the logo and menu in a single row, making it easy for users to access different sections. The main content is placed inside the education section. I added a heading called education level to introduce this section. To display my educational background, I use CSS grid with grid template columns, repeat to 1FR. This creates a 2-column layout allowing the education cards to be displayed neatly and evenly on the page. Each education stage is presented using an education card. Every card contains a school logo, the institution name, study period, and brief description of my achievements or learning experience. For the images, I use object fit content to make sure the logos are displayed clearly without being structured or distorted. To improve the appearance of the cards, I apply border radius to create rounded corners and box shadow to add a shadow effect, making the design look cleaner and more professional. The education cards are arranged with the gap property to provide equal spacing between them, making the page easier to read and visually organized. Finally, the footer, same as the previous pages before. Overall, this page presents my educational journey from primary school to my current university studies in a clear, organized, and visually appealing layout. Next, I will explain about the skill pages. As with the other pages, I first created the basic HTML structure and used CSS to design the layout. I also reused the same navigation bar to keep the website consistent and make it easy for users to navigate between pages. The first section is the technical skill section. I created a container and used CSS grid with 3 columns to display all the skill cards in a clean, organized layout. Each card contains an icon, the name of the software or programming language, and a short description of how I use the skill. For example, HTML I used to build the structure of website. Next, to improve the appearance of cards, I added border radius for rounded corners and box shadow to create a shadow effect. I also used a hover effect with transform so that each card moves slightly upward and when the user places the mouse over it, making the page more interactive. I also included responsive design using media. This allows the number of columns to automatically adjust on smaller screens, making the page mobile friendly. The second section displays my soft skill and language. I use display flags to place this section side by side, creating a balanced and organized layout. For each skill and language, I created progress bar using nested div elements. The outer bar represents the background, while the inner bar shows my proficiency level by adjusting its width. For example, communication is set to 95%, while Bahasa Melayu is shown as 100% to indicate fluency. So for the footer, it seems like the previous pages. Next is portfolio page. This page showcases the projects I have completed during my studies. I reused the navigation bar for consistent navigation across all pages. The projects are displayed using a container with display flags and flex wrap to arrange the cards neatly and make them responsive. Each project card contains image, title, short description, and a view project button. I used object fit cover for images and added border radius and box shadow to make the cards look more modern. The first project is a website design created using Canva for a clothing brand, which improved my UI and UX and creativity skills. The second project is a fitness center database system created using Microsoft Access involving tables, queries, forms, and reports. The view project button links users to the full project. Finally, the footer, it seems like the previous pages before. Overall, these pages shows my practical skills and web design and database development. Next is experience page. This page showcases my leadership and working experience. I reused the navigation bar for consistency across all pages. The content is displayed using experience card, each containing an image, job title, organization, period, and responsibility. I use display flags to arrange the image and the text side by side, while border radius and box shadow are used to make the cards look neat and professional. The experience includes my role as head of Block J3 at UiPM, a kitchen crew at Ayam Penyet Bonda, and a sales assistant at Boutique Raisya. Each role helped me improve my skills such as leadership, teamwork, communication, and customer service. Finally, the footer contains my contact details and maintains a consistent design with the rest of the website. Overall, this page highlights my practical work and leadership experience. Next is the achievement page. This page showcases my academic, leadership, and co-curriculum achievements. I will use the navigation bar to ensure consistent navigation across the website. The achievements are displayed using a container with display flags, gap, and flex wrap to arrange the Polaroid style cards neatly and responsively. Each card contains a certificate image, title, and short description of the achievement. I use object feed cover for images and added box shadow with a maroon theme to make the cards more attractive. The achievements include my Project Treasure Appointment, Mathematics Achievement Award, Chemistry Art Creation, and Netball Runner-Up. These achievements show my skills in leadership, academics, creativity, and teamwork. Finally, the footer contains my contact details and maintains a consistent design across all the pages. Overall, this page highlights my accomplishments in both academic and extracurriculum activities. Last but not least, which is the contact me page. This page allows visitors to contact me through email, phone number, or a contact form. I reuse the same navigation bar for consistency across all pages. The background uses an image with background size cover, background position center, and background attachment fits to create a more attractive design. The content starts with a heading and is followed by contact information cards displayed using display flags. Below that, I created a contact form with input fields for name, email, phone number, and messages. The form is styled with padding and border radius to make it user-friendly. The submit button changes color on hover, adding simple interactivity. I also added JavaScript to show a message when the form is submitted and reset the form automatically. Finally, the footer contains my contact details and maintains a consistent design with the rest of the website. Overall, this page provides an easy way for users to contact me while demonstrating basic form and JavaScript functionality. That's all for me. Thank you.